I'm Ranger Mario, and today I have Kristine from Homestretch.
Yep. So I'm Kristine with Homestretch, like Mario said. Happy to be here. And a little bit about what Homestretch does is we provide make-ready or cosmetic services to get your clients home ready to be on the market, whether it be they're trying to get new carpet, painting, flooring. We also do LVP, landscape cleanup, getting it ready and having nice curb appeal. And then we also do home clear out, so removing any items. We try to donate as most as we can to different donations organizations just to remove and help with waste in the disposal areas. And then what else did we miss? Cleaning. So we also do cleaning with interior, window washing, and pressure washing.
Nice, nice. So what's the typical day when performing that? Like the process and all that?
So I spend a lot of time cold calling, trying to introduce myself to different agents. And then we're also on consults a lot of the time. So we do free consults. We're ready to get out there. We want to help just remove stress from not only the client, but realtors like yourself. And that way you're not going through juggling 6 different contractors. We're trying to get it ready for you as fast as we can and get a higher value for the home. So we'll do those consults, and then once I have consults, I'll go back home, work on working up quotes, getting those out, and we get those within 24 hours. And then typically we'll start 2 to 3 days once the quote is approved. That way we can schedule our crews, get out there as fast as we can, and get it ready to be on the market.
All right. Is there any vendors or partners y'all have partnered with?
Yeah, so, well, Keller Williams here. We are a preferred partner here. And then we also have national partnerships with Sherwin-Williams. So that helps us competitively with pricing and helping with paint and their expertise on different surfaces, whether it be wood, siding, exterior, interior. And then we also have a partnership with Shaw Flooring. So they partner with us doing carpet and LVP, and we're also starting to work with LVT, so luxury vinyl tile. So that's
Right,
exciting.
Right. So how did you get started with, how did you got to
Yeah.
Homestretch?
So Homestretch is actually a franchise, and my dad actually started the company here in Houston. So he's the owner and my boss, which is a lot of fun. Love working together with him. And he started kind of shopping around, looking at different franchises. He was interested in getting out of the corporate world. And prior to working in the corporate world, he had done roofing for custom homes and then also doing tile, flooring, painting. So he's used to running those different crews. And whenever he brought the idea to me, looking at opening our own Homestretch in Houston, I thought it was a great service. We could help not only realtors, but also clients in removing the stress and getting their home ready to flip and put on the market.
Right. So what is it like to work with your dad?
It's
Is it stressful or?
it's not stressful. I think we're a lot alike, and I think we complement each other well. He's very analytical. He's great with numbers. I also love numbers, but I think I'm more into the detail work, and he's also really good at managing crews, and I think he has the expertise on running a business, and it's just really great working with him. So
Right.
we've also worked together previously when I was in college. We have a ranch out in Rock Springs, if you're familiar with the area.
Never heard of it.
It's a tiny little town, but it's up past San Antonio. And then do you know where Kerrville is?
Oh yeah, I know Kerrville.
So it's a little bit north of that.
Okay.
So we ran hunts out there. So working together with him, scheduling it, selling. It's a little bit of the same concept. And I knew working with him previously also being very similar since he is my dad.
Right.
So I was really excited starting the business with him.
Right. Yeah, I heard I like met people that work with their families, and it's like a 50-50 shot. Sometimes it
Right.
works out, and sometimes it doesn't. It could also break the family apart doing
Yeah.
business with them.
Yeah,
So,
thankfully we don't have that issue, and
uh-huh.
we got to test it out for a couple years before that. So we still do that from time to time just to help with feed cost and feeding the animals out there.
Uh-huh.
So usually we'll have more family out there, and then we also host Wounded War Heroes out there every year, so annually. So
What is
that's
that?
the Wounded War Heroes. So
Yes.
it recruits different veterans that have been wounded either physically, mentally, and they just look at different people. We actually partner up with our ranch neighbor, which is a great person out in Louisiana, and we have about 10 guys come out every year. So it's fun meeting different people, hearing their stories, their experiences, and just meeting some really amazing people and seeing what they've done, what they've come back from. And a lot of the times we'll have repeat people, so that's great, seeing
Right.
the familiar faces.
So are you from like the Houston area? Were you born here, or you moved from San Antonio, or?
So I grew up in the Houston area, started out around Deer Park, Pasadena, and then I graduated from Friendswood High School, and I'm back living there. So
Okay.
a little bit on the southern or south side of Houston, but
Yeah, it's country part of town.
yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit of suburbs. It has a small town feel, so I like it a lot. Did you
Right.
grow up
Uh,
here?
Yeah, I'm from the inner city. Grew up
Okay.
here, been around. Used to work in professional sports for like the Houston Astros and the Rangers.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and so they kind of got to explore around the state, get to know more,
That's
especially
really
those
fun.
yeah small towns. It was
And you enjoy sports, obviously.
yeah yeah.
Is baseball your favorite?
It is one of my favorite sports.
That's cool. What'd you
Yeah.
do for Astros and Rangers?
Retail operations.
Oh, awesome.
So I managed the store.
That's
to
really
s-
cool.
Yeah, to a certain extent.
Both
was-
of my, sorry, go ahead.
That's fine.
But both of my grandparents, they're both retired,
Uh-huh.
and they live in the Pasadena area, but they work for the Astros now as the ticket checkers, so just so they could go to the games for
Right.
free, and then they also get paid. And
Yeah,
they love it.
There's perks to it.
There definitely is. I know they've had to go to a few concerts out there. I
Yeah.
think Post Malone was out there, and then some rappers, and it's just funny picturing grandparents out at those concerts.
Right, yeah, it is. It is. I got to work one for Ed Sheeran. It's like
Okay.
2019.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Not my type of music, but it was still interesting.
That's fun.
Yeah.
So, what got you into real estate?
Just a switch of careers. Wanted something new. I mean, working in baseball, it was fun and all at first, but then
Long
it
hours.
gets old too.
I bet.
Especially the hiring process. I just started to dislike the people that were hiring. Started questioning them, like, really, this is the best we could get?
Yeah. That's kind of similar with my dad's story of starting Homestretch, is just wanting to be his own boss,
Right.
wanting to ethically run a company and just do good for other people. So
Right.
it's definitely like yourself being a real estate agent. You're kind of working your own business, your own ownership, you
Yeah,
know.
it's tough.
It's really your own, just getting your name out there. So I think we have similarities in that, can understand that.
Right. Thank you. Let's see. Is there a favorite memory from your childhood you have?
Sorry, I drank.
It's fine.
Favorite memory from childhood. I think my favorite memory would be growing up, always going to the deer lease with my dad. So we had a lease up there towards Rock Springs, about 10 miles from where our ranch is now. But growing up there, always going hunting with him, getting to ride four-wheelers. I know one of my favorite parts about that was he would let me drive the truck once we got in the front gate. I was probably 12 or 13, especially
Nice.
whenever you're getting closer to 16. It was a
Yeah.
lot of fun getting to drive the truck across the property
Right.
before having your license. So
Yeah. You a truck person?
not anymore, sadly. I used to have a truck growing up, or that was my second car.
Mm-hmm.
So not anymore, which trucks come in handy. Are you a truck person?
Yeah. I like the F-150 Ford Raptor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good. We're Ford people, too.
Nice. Nice.
I know it's always kind of a contradiction, or somebody's always either a Dodge person or Ford person,
Ford,
Chevrolet.
Chevy. Right. If
Well,
you could be remembered for something, what would it be?
To be remembered as something, I think I would want to be remembered just as a good person, whether it be made you smile one day, made you have a good day. I think I want to be reliable. So just having those good aspects, and then always being aware of who you're meeting and trying to make a good impression, because you never know what somebody may be going through, what their day is like. So just always trying to remember to be happy and, like I said, an all-around good person.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a
Right.
little vague, but
Right.
I think that's my everyday goal, I would say, in trying to be a good person.
Seems like you grew up around family values.
Yeah, I definitely value my parents, and then always respected them, having a stable home to grow up in, always feeling supported. So I think they're a great support system
Mm-hmm.
that I'm grateful for. So definitely.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, it seems like you don't see that anymore around families.
Yeah, that's kind of sad to see, especially having siblings. I don't know if you have any, but just sibling relationships are really valuable to me, and I think they're just amazing. That person you can always go to, just having that, like I said, support system is great too. And family, they're kind of stuck with you. They don't get to pick you, right?
Yeah. Right. Right. Is there any fun places you like to go?
I like to be on the water. My husband fishes a lot, so we'll go down to Galveston. His parents have a place down in Sargent, which I remember meeting Michael. I think the first time I ever came to a activity or a preferred, whenever we just started getting a preferred partnership, and he knew where Sargent was. And
Okay.
he would actually told me, I believe he was on a show, The House Hunters, in the Sargent area, and I was like, that's impressive. It's not too much going on down around there in Sargent. So,
right.
but it's a really cool city. It's like Galveston, but not as built up.
Is there
I would
like
say.
a base down there? Military base, or just
I think I don't think so. It's kind of by Lake Jackson. I know they have a big prison driving on the way down there. So,
okay.
and then just a lot of farmland.
Yeah, it's a pretty long ride to
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah, it is. Being on the south side of Houston, it's a little bit better, especially, we don't have to hit the traffic. We avoid it a little bit. So Galveston's super convenient, which they do have a naval base down there, I believe.
Yeah.
And then we can just cut through Alvin back there. So it's not too bad, and it's a pretty drive, which I
Right.
enjoy.
So, you ever try any new food places lately?
I haven't around downtown. I don't come up here too much, but I know, League City, Friendswood area is finally growing up. We got our own Velvet Taco down there finally. So, have you been to Velvet Taco?
Yeah, I like their waffle tacos.
Yes.
Yes.
Or I think I get the Kobe Smash Burger, which
Okay.
it's a taco, but they wrap the beef like around with the taco, and it's really good. You wouldn't think so, but
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Right. It's like kind of Americanized, but then with the tortillas.
Yeah.
they added- Right.
And their queso's always really great.
yeah, because it's good.
I could eat that for every meal, I think.
Right.
What's your
Wait.
favorite type of food?
Mine's like, I like burgers.
Burgers?
Smash burgers. Usually my go-to.
Do you have a favorite burger place around town?
There's multiple.
Y'all
Other
have
than
so
like,
many options.
yeah, there are. Outside of the major franchises would be either Burger Joint or FM Kitchen.
Burger joint. That's a good place. I haven't
Yeah.
tried FM Kitchen yet. I'll have to
It's
keep that
in-
on my radar.
Yeah, it's on Washington Avenue.
Oh, awesome.
And then they have a pickleball location next door.
Yeah. Have you been to one of those pickleball places yet?
I played. Yeah.
It's a fun little sport.
Yeah.
I've tried to get into it a little bit. Not too great, but it's a lot of fun.
yeah,
Good
it is.
exercise, right?
yes.
Doesn't feel like exercising. I think that's why I like it.
Right.
I haven't been to the pickleball place either. I think we have one called Chicken Pickle down in League City, but
Oh.
I haven't tried it out yet.
Right. What's your least favorite job you ever had?
Ooh, least favorite would probably be my first job after graduating college, and I did sales for marketing for attorneys. So it was a
Okay.
very niche job. It was after COVID, so there wasn't a lot of people spending that excess money on marketing.
Right. Yeah.
Even though you'd think with COVID it would be the great time to do it when everybody's at home. So that wasn't too much fun. I worked from home. I was a little secluded, and then both my bosses were from either California, and then the other one was from Florida.
Oh,
So
okay.
balancing time schedules or time zones is not my greatest quality, I will admit.
Right. When did you graduate college?
I graduated in 2020, so right when COVID
Oh,
was
really?
hitting. Yeah, I remember I was actually on spring break. I was skiing in Utah, and we drove there trying to save costs being college kids, and
Yeah.
we were driving back, I believe, and that's whenever we were trying to listen and see what was going on because they had shut all the mountains down and didn't have graduation. So it
Aw.
kind of ruined my senior year, but that's when I got to go to the ranch, so I got to actually graduate from the ranch,
Oh,
take classes
cool.
there, and then also guide hunt. So
Right.
that was probably one of my favorite time periods. It ended up being.
So practically homeschooled.
Yeah,
Basically,
basically. Yeah, and in Rock Springs, it wasn't like COVID was going on. There's only one, normal store where you can get groceries, hardware, all different types of stuff, and nobody wore masks around there. So
Right.
it was kind of like getting away from everything, and like COVID wasn't going on, so it was great.
Yeah, it seems like small towns were in a different kind of
Yeah,
like a
more
twilight
laid
zone.
back,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. What hobbies do you practice, or like do you have?
Oh, hunting, the outdoors is definitely one of my biggest hobbies. I think just being in the outdoors is a great place to be. You feel surrounded by God, and I've always been around it with my family growing up, so I enjoy the outdoors a lot. I like taking walks with my dogs. Pickleball's a new hobby of mine. So,
Right.
what are some of your favorite hobbies?
Usually would be something outdoors. Probably hitting the trails, going to a lake. Lake
Yeah.
Houston's my favorite place to go.
I love being on the lake.
Yeah.
It's a great time.
And
And
noodling,
Doodling. I
Noodling.
loved. Oh, noodling.
like fishing with your arms.
That's, yeah. I
Yes.
haven't tried noodling yet. How is it? I'm a
It's
little
just
nervous.
wrestling
You
with
get,
the
yeah,
fish. Yeah.
you get messed up on your arm a little. I mean, catfish are
Yeah,
rough.
catfish, yeah.
I've caught a big catfish before, but on some jug lines.
Okay, right.
But I haven't been noodling. I don't know if I would want to stick my arm down there to get bitten by a catfish.
Right.
And they're huge.
They are huge.
Do you go in Lake Houston a lot?
Yeah, I do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You'll have to show me some pictures of it later.
Well, I don't really take pictures or I just live the moment. Right.
That's how it should be, right?
Yes, yes. Don't see that much. Have you ever had any challenges, like balancing work and then spending family time?
Yeah, I definitely think I have challenges with that because I get so focused on getting tasks done. I don't like to drag things on. I like to get it done when I'm thinking about it, which could be at 6 or 7 at night. So
Okay.
I'm definitely at fault at maybe, not paying attention all the time if we're at dinner with family or friends. So trying to just separate, work and life is just a struggle because I'm an overthinker.
Right.
So I'm always pondering or trying to make sure things get done. And I know sometimes, I'm sure you're used to it being a realtor, is you're always working. 'Cause
Right.
there's never, the 8 to 5 or weekends off. It's you're always on the clock.
Yes, yes. Well, it kind of works out for me a little bit because it's just me and my parents. My parents understand. They're okay with it.
Okay.
It's not like they can tell me anything anyways.
Yeah. I kind of have the similar thing with
Uh-huh.
my dad being my boss. So
Right.
it's like if I'm with him, he's kind of understanding, or we're usually working together.
Okay.
Right.
That's
That's what a lot of our conversations now are, is work all the time. So it's a little hard to split that up, I would say.
Right.
So are you a only child? Or do you have siblings?
Sort of. I have half siblings,
Okay,
and most of them live in Mexico. So,
cool.
Yeah.
Do you go down to Mexico much?
no.
Not. What part of Mexico do they live in?
It's in Morelos. So it's like 1 hour from Mexico City.
Okay, that's
And
cool.
then I have others on Veracruz, which is
Uh-huh.
on the Gulf Coast
Oh, that's awesome.
near Acapulco.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's really cool. You have family down there, both, and then that's always a good excuse to go visit or take a vacation, I'm
Right.
sure, when you can, when work's
Yeah.
not taking over.
Right. Yeah. Is there anything you could change about society? What would it be?
There's a lot of things I think we could definitely improve on.
Right.
I know lately just everybody's been, so focused on social media. So I think not having as much social media would be a great thing, especially growing up. It's sad to see or not see kids outside playing, riding bikes after Christmas, and usually everybody's inside or playing with tablets. So, I mean, there's great benefits to technology and social media. I think
Right.
maybe why I don't like it is I'm not great with technology either.
Aw.
You think I would be, but no,
Yeah.
not skilled with technology.
Aren't you a millennial? Or
What is it?
like born between 87 to 94, 95?
Yeah. Yep.
What was a challenge you had as a child or growing up, if any?
A challenge. I think my eyes were always a challenge. I always had I started wearing glasses when I was 2 years old.
Okay.
So I have really bad eyes.
Oh.
And I loved playing sports growing up, but my eyes were always a challenge. I remember I grew up doing gymnastics, and I had the little curl around my ear from my glasses so they'd hang on. And I was always a little bit insecure of it because my dad would call them Coke bottle glasses, so they'd make my
Oh.
eyes really big. But I think I've grown adaptive to it, and I'll go without my glasses a lot of the time, but I've gotten just used to it, and I think glasses are really cool now. And when I see little kids wearing glasses, it's my favorite thing. It gets me so excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's the cutest little thing. So,
Right. Yeah, I started wearing glasses when I was a teenager, around 16, 17.
uh-huh.
And so I'll always forget to wear them. And luckily, I'll forget when I have to play sports.
It's
It
always
wasn't
the
that
hard,
bad.
yeah. Like just seeing balls or your depth perception. It's affected a lot, especially when you take your glasses on and off and you're, whoa, I'm in a new universe. Or when I have them on, I feel like I'm in a fishbowl, where
Oh, God.
because you can't see your peripherals as much. But so you don't wear your glasses all the time,
No,
either.
no.
Me
No.
either. I try not to unless I'm reading, but
Right.
or sitting at my desk. So.
All right. So, is there any things you could add to your profession or you could embed?
Yeah, I definitely want to always improve. You know, every day I think there's something I can learn from or take a lesson from. So I think every day is a test almost. Like you meet new people, that's always something I want to improve on, you know, getting to know somebody, maybe asking the better questions, which Mario seems to be great at. He's rehearsed a lot of questions. And just being a better professional in the business community. So I know my dad, I always look up to him because he's had a lot of experience in not only the corporate world, but also, you know, running his own business and doing different aspects of that. So I think there's always something I can improve on and learn, but I have great role models and great people around me to learn from. So I appreciate that.
Right, right. What's your favorite vacation spot?
Ooh. Spot, let's see. Maybe my favorite vacation we ever went on was we went to South Africa, and that was an amazing experience, just seeing the culture, how different living is over there, and made me really grateful. And then also being in the backcountry there was an amazing experience. And the guides out there, everybody is trained to the expertise. I mean, the levels are amazing. So it was really cool just seeing how they worked. We would drive around and it'd be on these sand roads, and there would be thousands of tracks, and he would know exactly what animals were in the road, when they passed, you know, how long ago they passed. And we would be driving going 20 miles an hour, and he's noticing every single animal, and just those little details was really cool to see and experience.
Like a safari?
Yeah.
All right. This is nice. I would never go there.
You
myself.
wouldn't?
Not a safari. You know, we have safaris here. I don't know if you heard of them. But
Yeah.
even then, like,
Yeah, those aren't as...
not as good.
Yeah, not as good. Just being on, you know, 25,000 acres of, I mean, it goes on forever and ever, and I've always just loved the outdoors and then being a part of it. So learning about the different animals and seeing all the different challenges I think the ranchers go through over there. So it's just a really cool experience. And then seeing the little towns going through and the different culture just made me grateful to see that and experience it.
Right.
So it's really different over there. It looks a little bit like South Texas, though.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it's
yeah.
not,
I've
the
been to South
landscape
Texas.
isn't too much different,
Right.
honestly. It's a lot of flat land, you can see for hours, and
Uh-huh.
then a lot of dirt and sand.
Yeah. You've been to South Texas?
Yeah.
Right.
I couldn't tell you exactly what part, but I've been to a couple places around South
Right.
Texas.
I've been to Edinburgh. I had a soccer game there.
Oh, yeah?
We were on our way to making a championship run.
Okay.
And so for some reason we had to go all the way down there to play a team.
That's a drive.
Yeah,
How far is that?
I don't know. It's pretty long.
A long drive.
Yeah.
Now, Texas is huge. Just to get outside of Texas going to the next city is a drive. It's crazy once you, I think, understand that, or once you just
I
drove
don't
around.
think people understand how big the state is, especially people from other countries, specifically Europe. They always make fun of us, like we're not well traveled.
Especially Texas people.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, Texas. Oh, we've got do you ride horses? Do you only, where's your boots?
Yeah, we get name called with the stereotypes.
Yeah,
and all
stereotyping. That was the word I was thinking of.
Yep. Is there any other things have you ridden other than horses, other animals?
Nope. Well, let's see. I've ridden an elephant, which
Right.
I know the Renaissance Fair. I think they have camels too, but I don't know if I would ride anything else. Definitely not a bull. Have you ridden a bull?
Yeah.
No way.
Well, they're stun bulls.
Uh-huh.
They're like kind of friendly. They won't
like the
give you that
steer.
Yeah. Done ostriches.
I was actually gonna say that.
Yeah.
If you've seen, what is that movie? I don't think it's a bad word, so I'm not gonna say it. But when they ride ostriches or emus, and I thought that was hilarious. But I feel like their little legs wouldn't be able to hold it.
They can sustain up to 150 pounds on top of their weight.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
For a bird. I think I just see a bird and I expect it to be light. But I know definitely an ostrich or an emu.
Right.
We've got some emus on our ranch, and they're funny little creatures, how they run.
Yeah. That's the special part of Texas, that you can have exotic animals. You have like the ability to have it without no problem.
Yeah.
Or restrictions.
Yeah, I feel grateful to be part of Texas because they've helped a lot in the conservation of animals too. So,
right.
And, boosting the populations of endangered species and just the different ranches across Texas. That's one of my favorite parts, going out to the ranches. Just looking through different people's properties and seeing what animals we're going to see, because you never know in Texas. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
Did you ever watch Tiger King?
I saw a documentary related to that, but that is pretty wild.
That was crazy.
Yeah,
Just thinking of somebody having a tiger is... We don't have those, but...
Okay.
I know there's got to be other people in Texas that have them.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Of course.
Somewhere out there. Oh, we got one in Houston, I believe, at the aquarium. Maybe it's a lion.
Oh, it's a liger.
Oh.
A white tiger.
Yeah. The mix between the tiger and the lion.
The white tiger.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
You been there?
I have. It's been a long time, but yeah. It's crazy that they have that downtown, especially just driving past it, and you're thinking there's a tiger right under the freeway. Or a liger, my bad.
Right. I driven by. I heard people go there for dates, like more like younger people. Just not my type of place I would go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of sad to see them in cages. But definitely, it's a cool place to experience. I think I fed the stingrays last time I went.
Okay.
That's a cool experience.
I've been to the Moody Gardens.
Yeah, Moody Gardens is cool. Definitely. And don't they have where you can go inside one of the pyramids and it's butterflies?
Yeah, one is butterflies, the other is like an aquarium. and not too sure what the third one is. But they also have like a movie theater. They'll play a movie.
That's really
Yeah.
cool.
I saw a black and white movie there.
Oh, no way.
I didn't understand what they were saying because it was like French.
Yeah. Oh, see,
Yeah,
I
so-
would have no idea.
Me neither. I've seen movies in different languages, but it's just something that caught my attention.
That's a
that,
cool
like, hooks me.
interest.
Yeah, I was like, even though I don't understand a single word. but
Yeah. I'm sure that's fun. Do you speak any other languages?
Just Spanish, English, and then I can understand Catalan.
What is
Right.
Catalan?
It's a language in Spain.
Okay.
Near Barcelona.
Okay.
'Cause the state is Catalonia. And
Gotcha.
so it's kind of like Spanish, French, and then Portuguese. It's like they're like right
Wow.
there.
What a cool combination.
Yeah, it is interesting.
It
But-
kind of similar to Spanish, I would assume.
Well, yeah,
with
Spanish is in a little bit of Spanish.
so
and
it's
Portuguese is almost like Spanish. It's just
okay.
different wordings.
Yeah, the conjugations always just confuse me.
Right. Yep. Is there any movies you like to watch?
I like documentaries a lot.
Mm.
I also really like crime shows. So
Crime shows.
2020, I like a lot. There's always new crime shows, and there's always new documentaries coming on
Right.
Netflix, and
Oh yeah,
it's so
Netflix is-
easy to watch things now.
Yeah, that's like their biggest thing. Especially what happened in Hollywood. Now they're falling apart. They're trying to configure, grab people's attention.
Right.
And then you have a company like Netflix that has grown a lot since the early days.
Yeah,
now
especially
they-
with COVID
Yes,
happening.
yes.
Hollywood's taken a big hit, sadly.
Yeah, and now they have their own company, production company, that they're looking forward to bringing it down here to Texas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. That's kind of cool.
yeah, but yeah, they've been making impressive films, projects, and all.
Yeah, I guess I could see with the different Netflix, whenever it says it's produced by Netflix or
Like
those
an
different.
exclusive.
Yeah, that's cool. I know. Netflix is so big now, there's always something new on there.
Right.
I can't keep up with it all, but I do like spending my night with a good show or movie.
Right.
Do you have any favorites right now?
Not at the moment. Well, I just saw Beetlejuice.
Yeah,
Movie,
was it
yeah.
good?
It was good.
I need to go see it. I haven't been to the movie theaters in a while,
Right.
as you can just rent them now. It's too easy.
Well, I still go because like nobody's there, so.
Oh,
And then
definitely.
there's some good deals out there.
Have you been to one of those movie theaters where they serve you food
No.
from your... It's pretty cool.
Right.
You can just order from your seat, and they'll have a little server come around before the movie starts. And
Right.
you can get snacks, dinner, dessert. So it's a fun... They're definitely more expensive, though.
Yeah. I suppose. I received that on when I went to a soccer game. They would do that sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I think it was Uber Eats was one.
Oh,
of them.
yeah?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
In the
it's so
stadium?
convenient. Yeah, it's in the stadium. They'll
That
bring
is
it.
wild.
Yeah.
Mate, more stadiums need to do that.
Right.
Because especially, halftime between quarters and everything, everybody starts
gets long,
moving
yeah.
and traffic, especially the girls' bathroom. I'm sure you've
Yeah, I
always
know.
seen this, the lines at the girls' bathrooms for any event or any public place.
Right.
Well, I guess that wouldn't help that situation now, would it? But at least the Uber Eats, that's a really cool. I don't know what people did before Ubers.
I wonder. Right.
They're very convenient, definitely.
Right. Is there anything you want to add?
I want to learn more about you, Mario.
Oh. What do you want to know?
So, how long have you been in real estate?
2 years.
2 years?
Yes.
And you're loving it?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, you kind of talked to me about my favorite trips and vacations. Where are your favorite places to go?
I like to go to small towns.
Yeah.
So like Corpus, like Round Rock, Arlington. Arlington's second favorite place. But my favorite will be Biloxi.
Biloxi. That's
Out
a
in
cool place to
Mississippi.
go.
Yeah.
Usually we'll start out with our presentation for Homestretch. We kind of tell a story about how we got into it, and we ask if anybody knows about Corpus or where it's at, and nobody ever knows. And that's cool that you know, because that's where my great-grandparents grew up. So
Right.
small towns are definitely really fun to visit.
Yeah, they are. I think they're underappreciated.
Definitely. Yeah, going to small town fairs or just seeing the people are always so nice in small towns, so you feel like a part of it, so it's
Right.
fun.
A lot of county fairs. It's like second favorite thing to do. Like the Montgomery County Fair,
Yeah,
the Texas State Fair that's coming up.
yeah.
So it was my favorite place.
I
You
love
know,
going to fairs.
Yeah.
The food is always great too.
Right.
But you'll have to go to the Pasadena rodeo one year, or
I did go.
did you?
I've been there. Yeah.
That growing up we always went, and
It's so cheap.
it's so cheap. They
Yes.
have great music artists playing too.
Right.
What type of music do you listen to?
Mostly country and some whatever it's a hit I'll
Yeah.
listen to. But yeah, for the most part, country.
I know
Country.
you can't beat country.
Right, yeah. It's one of my hobbies is to like discover new artists.
I feel like you're gonna have to share some playlists with me because I think I might like your music taste.
Right.
I like the small artists, like the Texas country artist. I guess.
Well, sort of. I mean, there's a few artists I found. They're based in Texas, but they're not originally from Texas.
Right.
Some that come from California, like Payne Howie. Have you heard of her?
I haven't.
So she's from California, but she's been living in Conroe, the area, so she
Oh,
makes music
cool.
around the area. She does go to small towns and play.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Small town concerts are always the
Yes.
best too.
Yes. There's also Bree Badwell. She's from she plays
know
out
who
over in
she is,
Tennessee.
yeah. She's cool. Yeah, we'll definitely have to share a playlist or
Right.
something.
So, do you have any life goals?
Life goals. Kind of going back to maybe our first question is being a good person, and then also now being a part of Homestretch is just growing the business here in Houston. I think it would be really cool to expand and run it myself eventually, or run my own areas
out.
of it. Yeah.
Right.
So definitely think that's a life goal, and just enjoying life always, and
Alright.
having cool experiences. So.
Right. Right. Mine would be just get married, start a family, and then becoming governor.
Governor,
Yeah.
that would be awesome. That's a big goal.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That would be really cool.
Right.
Vote Mario.
Yeah. Vote me. Yeah. Honestly, I thought you were someone that used to work here. You look
Oh,
alike.
really?
Yes.
I think somebody has told me that before, actually. I think it's been at least one or two people that have told me, especially after the grand opening, they thought I was a realtor that used to work here, and I was like, nope.
No, not a realtor, but
Oh, not a realtor.
someone that used to work in our staffing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But the accent's different. So.
Accents. Do I have an accent?
Yeah, you're
I'll
it's a typical Texan accent, Southern. Nothing
Can't
bad
go.
with that.
No, no. I was
Right.
just thinking about it. Sometimes, you hear that you have an accent, especially if you go out of Texas. And then sometimes you just never know.
Well, living in Houston, I will like when I start talking to someone, and then I'll hear myself talking, and that will pick it up. Like, yeah, I have an accent.
Yeah, especially certain words. Sometimes, the twang will come out more.
Right. Yeah. So, I guess this is it.
Is there anything else, Mario?
Nah, I'm good.
I know I've seen a couple people walk by your door looking for you.
No. Well, we have it till 3, so
Okay.
we
Don't even...
might have to wrap it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate you having me, Mario. This is a lot of fun, and I'm glad we got to learn a little bit more about each other, too.
Right. Well, thank you for coming. It's been a pleasure having you here.
Yeah, I appreciate the invite.
Right.
It's a lot of fun. And you'll definitely have to share some playlists, some new country artists for me.
All right. Nice. Yep.
I appreciate it. Thanks so much, Mario.
Thank you.